Hi everybody, it's Carla again. I'm here to Christmas craft and chat with you. I think I am now officially on video number 9, and I have a little sweet treat candy cane page planned. Do I have my journal upside down? I can't remember what 2 pages I was about to craft. Oh, I think they're, let's see, I may have gotten my pages a little mixed up as to which ones I'm about to craft on. I think maybe do I want to do these 2? No, I want to do 2 that actually have tea dyed. You know what, I'll do the back of this one, and then I have an envelope here that I can decorate, and a little bit more on here, so this might be a little more complicated than I anticipated. So let's see if I should change locations. For the sake of doing it on the camera, I think I'm going to change my mind. Bless you. I think that was my husband sneezing. See if I can find 2 that are a little more cohesive. Here we go. We'll do these 2. And I have a variety of papers. I have, let's see if this little clip will keep these down, and they do. Great. So here's what I was thinking. First, let me say I hope you all are well, and I want to say thank you so much for watching. It's really fun to read your comments, and the longer I do these videos, the more I look forward to doing them as if I'm visiting with you. So I really appreciate you watching. And I'm just going to collage for a little bit. I have some ginghams. I have the printed gingham papers, and I have some candy cane prints, and I'm going to do one of my favorite things, which is tear. I hope this noise doesn't bother anyone, but I just want to rip these out because I love the torn look, and the end result for these 2 pages will be sweets and treats. I saw someone today, as a matter of fact it was, oh boy, I think I could find out if I go on my computer. I'm going to think of her name before this is over with, but she was doing a glue book, and I had heard of a glue book, but I hadn't seen one before. And it's almost like a wish book or a scrapbook where you just put pictures of things you really enjoy, and hers all related to the holiday season. And one of my favorite things is gluing, and maybe that, I don't remember as a kid if that was one of my favorite things, gluing and sticking things down, but I kind of tease my kids and say, if I'm ever old and in a nursing home, as long as you give me scissors and glue, I'll be happy. That might actually be true, and something to stick things on. I certainly love trees. Paper. I almost said trees. Well, kind of is trees. This actually is old vintage book paper that came from, can you see that? A Charles Dickens, came from a Charles Dickens book, and I'm going to stick it down. And since I'm planning on covering this entire page, I'll just put the glue right on the, oh, I better move that tag if I can. Yeah, see if I can gently remove that so I don't get glue on it. And I'm not going to mind if I get glue where I don't want it, because I know it's going to eventually be covered. So this is an advertisement on the radio. I better turn it down a little bit. It's a little distracting. There we go. So I have been enjoying the moments that I get to sit down and craft, and the moments that I get to watch your videos. I think everyone's pretty busy this time of year. I haven't seen as many videos going up, but I also know some people take breaks and come back after the holidays with videos, which is quite understandable. I think not only do I want to use book paper, I think I want to use music paper too. So I'm going to see what I have in here as far as music note paper. I might have a tad bit in here somewhere. Well, let's see. This isn't the one I wanted, but I suppose we could make this work. We bought some copier paper that ended up being way too thick. I know people like thicker paper, but I actually like the thin paper because it feels more delicate and fragile almost. And I like the way it tears better. So I can't say I have the best eye for collaging, but it's a very forgiving kind of thing to do. You don't have to do it perfectly, I guess. So this is the music for Joy to the World, but I want just a little bit on this page and a little bit on this page. So I'll tear it. So that works. I'll tear it so that I can get a little bit on each page. And it's funny how as crafters we love to craft, and if you're like me, you don't mind watching other people craft, but I do sometimes get to craft along with you on your videos, especially if they're like 20 minutes or longer. Hint, hint. Some people think, oh, that's too long, but I like the long videos because I feel like I can pull out my things and watch and craft right along with you. In that amount of time, I can accomplish quite a bit. So bring the long videos on, I say. They don't bother me one bit. Okay, do I like that? I don't think I can be as picky. I just have to get it on the paper. And then you can always layer it with something else, an embellishment or something, if you don't like it. And so that's my goal here. I don't know if I got the edges of that very well. Let's try that again. Got quite a bit on there. I think I have thought I brought a napkin over. Have my cup of tea. So it's evening time here tonight. And for that reason, I'll apologize if the lighting goes a little crazy. Sometimes it kind of brightens and darkens. But I am no videographer. Is that the word? So it's probably not going to be perfect. For sure. I have another piece that I really like, and it is this plaid. Let's see how I can work this in. I think I'll do this. I was going to ink the edges. If I can find my inker. I see my ink. I took some of this to work with me today. So this week, the students are doing final exams, so I don't have them actually in the classroom with me. But I had to do these training modules, some of them which you just sit and listen to. So I thought I would pull out my crafting while I listened, but it ended up that I didn't pull it out and I started doing other things. There's a pretty little wreath here. I'm almost not wanting to cover that up, but I want more of this on here than that, so I guess it's gonna have to be covered up. That's okay too. So today I sat and listened and had to write certain answers out. Thank God for spell check. Some of those words were huge within the reading. So it's a bit of a learning curve for me. I feel like I'm going back to college, and I have to say, I don't miss college days. Those of you who are watching and are students, so don't give up. Keep on chugging. You'll be glad you did. It's quite an accomplishment, especially the way we're all having to learn online right now. I feel sorry for my nephew he's dyslexic. He's been doing great because he's got a great supportive family, but it is really, really hard when you learn best by being present and, you know, somebody being hands-on and having to not even see your instructors. I think that's got to be hard. Because some college courses don't have online lectures. They just have assignments and you have to complete them. And that is your education, which I imagine would be frustrating when they haven't made the rates any different. You still pay the same. Okay, let's see. I'm just rambling, you guys. I don't even know if there's any rhyme or reason to my conversation, but that's, I guess, why we call it a crafting chat. So thanks for those of you who actually commented and told me a little bit about what you've been up to crafting wise and how you spend your holidays. I love reading, love reading your comments, because then it really does feel like we're doing a little back and forth crafting and chatting. So I kind of like this, but I'm going to want a little bit more book paper over here. I mean, do I or don't I? I want something there, but I'll leave it for now because I want to move over here because I've been anxious to use this gingham. It's so pretty. And I'm going to tie it in with some gingerbread, I think. It's just a nice chocolate brown, if you ask me. Oops, I didn't do that. I'm going to see if my inker is over here. So I'm remembering what these little Christmas prompts are for. It's for when you run out of things that you want to talk about. So maybe I'll use another Christmas prompt, so you can know what to journal about. But like I said, I'm going to just embellish and decorate, and then I'm going to go back and actually do the journaling. I have a special pen I'm going to use because it's got a really nice tip for writing, and the ink sort of comes out like a calligraphy pen. So I did practice calligraphy quite a bit in my later high school years and early college years. and I got into it a little bit, but I haven't really practiced it in quite a while. Majority of it is just holding your pen at the proper angle. But I really admire beautiful calligraphy writing. So I'm just going to play with placement here. I love how this says smells like Christmas. So I think that's going to find its way on there. And then I have this beautiful piece that's got candy canes and gingerbread men. So let's see, what shall I do? I think this is going to have to be a little bit smaller. I just tore off one of my favorite treats, macarons. Love those. As a matter of fact, I think if I tear this properly, I can use this smaller piece somewhere else. That's what I'll do. And then this piece and this piece, I will collage onto here. It's taking on a slightly different look in that this page looks a lot more vintage. I'm going to save some of this by not covering it over too much. So let's read a Christmas prompt here. The other day it was best non-monetary Christmas gift, and the other one was a perfect Christmas memory, and that's when I put the picture of our family spending the day in the snow in Arizona. So if you didn't see that, I think that was on video number 7, the one where I did the giveaway. And then the other one for today, let's see, number 3 says, if you could spend the holiday anywhere in the world, where would you go? Well, I do have a love for France, and I've been to Paris a couple of times, and I think it would be neat to do a traditional old world French Christmas. I can't speak French, but I think there's the, what is that cake? Something de Noël? No, Yule log? Is that the way they say it in France? I don't know. Anyway, that's a location I would love to spend Christmas in. I also think it'd be fun in England. I mean, we sing songs about figgy pudding and read books like Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, and so many more things that I think they celebrate Christmas in a fun, traditional way there. I could be wrong because I've never done it, but we romanticize things like that in our head when it comes to what Christmas would be like somewhere else. So that's one place that I've kind of in my head decided would be a really special place. Now, I have spent Christmas in warm climates, but I'm from a climate where we get heaps and heaps of cold and snow, and I miss it every year. I always wish for a white Christmas, even though I'm not going to say we've ever had one here in the Carolinas. I don't think so. I'm just trying to decide if that would look nice there, because I also have, you know what, if I can peel this up without making a disaster, I'm going to try. Okay, it worked. Because I think it'd be cool to put just a little bit of this under here. So I'm going to glue this up. So I think my first location would be France. Then the second would be, oh, and you know what would be really neat is to go to one of those big cathedrals like Notre Dame or somewhere and go to the Christmas Eve service. Because I kind of like that feeling of being in a really big, enchanting kind of cathedral. Is Notre Dame back open? I think it is. After that horrendous fire. It was really sad. You know, another neat place though would be in a small little village, obscure, where Christmas is still very sacred and special, but celebrated on a real humble scale. That might be nice too. So this year I just think it's nice if we get to celebrate with anyone, because most people aren't going to be able to go in and out of people's homes for visits and things like that. We're even scaling down our family gathering quite a bit. Not that we have a lot of family in this area anyway, but it's just not safe yet. And we'd rather be safe than sorry. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to put that there. I can cover up the word Charles. Let's make sure I'm getting it on the page. There we go. Okay. So it is busy, true enough, but I'm not finished. Now I just have to decide if I want to use that. It smells like Christmas. Excuse me, I'm not sure I want to even use that. I have some really sweet little candy canes. That blends in quite a bit though, doesn't it? I also have a collection of some washies that might be fun to stick on somewhere. I have this fun candy cane one, which I think would be pretty. Let's put this down the center strip here, just to brighten things up a bit. I do, however, like to put a little bit of art glitter glue or washi tape there. I'm not washi tape, Fabri-Tac, because washi tape can sometimes dry out and peel off, and I don't want that to happen. So let's stick this down. So this is kind of a bit of a whimsical kind of whatever happens, happens page. But maybe all of my pages are going that route. I call these my Mary scissors. Love them. Okay, so I have some candy cane washi there. And see if I keep that more in frame. If I ink around the edges of this, I think it'll look better. And you can see there's like a little bit of a canister with candy cane in there. I'm trying to decide if, well, if I ink around it first, that'll answer my question. Just tear a teeny bit more off. So my goal, for those of you who don't know, is to do 12 videos. I'm already on number 8. At first I thought, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get in 12 videos. But the more I make them, the more I look forward to coming and making them. And before you know it, 12 will be all said and done. Goes so fast. I thought I was really looking forward to the holiday season. Yeah, I decided I'm going to take the canister off. and I was going to get everything done early, and it was just going to be finished, and I could just sit and enjoy it, but it didn't happen. Kudos to teachers who do this every year. They have so much to do outside of the classroom. So my teaching for many, many years didn't consume me as much as public school teaching can. So when teachers who make it through the semester typically still have a whole bunch to do and they only have a few days to get it done. People kind of romanticize the job of being a teacher because they think they get all these days off, but man, they deserve those days off when it comes down to it, that's for sure, especially this year. Okay, well, so there's a gingerbread there, so maybe he can just be saved for another time. I think that sounds right. And I like this, but I feel like it needs to have a pop of some color behind it. But I'm thinking more of a solid, which I don't really have a solid, but I wonder if it'd be pretty if I put burlap behind it. I might do that. See if I can peel this off without making a horrendous mess. No, I can't. So I'll do it like this. I like the texture of the burlap. So I'm going to play with this and see. Let's see what I come up with here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, that looks sort of like a label, right? And I'll just ink around the edges of it too and see how that looks. I've been really a little leery at school. I don't even know how to get into the story of this school, but it's a school in a rather prominent area, I should say monetarily. That's all I really want to say, because I don't want to sound, I don't know, I just don't want to say too much, but everyone was kind of like, oh, you're going to be at that school where, you know, the parking lot has cars, foreign cars and nicer cars than the teacher lot and all of that kind of drama. But I am not a drama girl, so I've just kind of been keeping my head down and doing my job. And I know my niece and nephew both went there, so I'm very familiar with, you know, the rumors about the school. But you know what I've learned? And I've learned this because I've worked with all different kinds of people my whole life, and probably a majority of them being more on the wealthy side. People are people, and the confidence comes from you knowing who you are, and that way it doesn't change how you behave around people. Because honestly, I have friends from all walks of life, all backgrounds. Doesn't feel like it right now. It's like, where are you, my friends? Everybody's in lockdown. But people just want to be respected and treated normal, and if it's any other way, then you don't really need to worry about being friends. That's how I see it. And when people give me an idea about how somebody is before I even get to know them, I don't really appreciate that, because I'm like, well, you can give me a chance to get to know them for myself first. I guess unless it really is reason to be cautioned. So, where do I want this? Yeah, I think I do want this here. It smells like Christmas. There. And aren't the smells of Christmas wonderful? Like cookies baking in the oven, apple cider, hot cocoa, What other smells of Christmas? We don't do turkey on Christmas. A lot of people do turkey again, but by the time Christmas rolls around and we've already done it for Thanksgiving, nobody really eats it. So they do like ham. I don't really like ham, but sometimes we'll do ham. So I kind of like that because, again, it mixes some of the fabric with the paper. I like that it says it smells like Christmas. And this trim really reminds me of gingerbread. So I think it's going to find its way here. Oh yeah, I'll put it right there. I like that. I like to trim the edges of my pages anyway. And I just love this art glitter glue for so many reasons. I think there's a front and a back, but it's curling this way. And so I might as well put it the way gravity is taking it. And I'll trim it later because I think it may fray if I try to trim it too soon. Well, that's kind of fun. The other trim that reminds me of gingerbread is rickrack. So I think I'm gonna put rickrack over here somewhere, or maybe I could make that a belly band. Oh, that would be cute. It's not quite wide enough though. Do 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 do. I'm just playing now, guys. I don't even know. I could put it on the bottom, but it's not showing up. I think I will put it over here. We'll just make this a mishmash of textures and trims. It doesn't always have to be matchy-matchy. And it does remind me of this galloping little trim you put on the arms and legs of gingerbread cookies. Gingerbread men. I love making gingerbread men, but nobody really eats them in my house, so I use chocolate sugar cookie dough. And they look like gingerbread, but they're chocolate. They go over much better. I have a brother who's actually a gourmet, and he's cooked very well and baked for many, many years, and he would always do chocolate dipped gingerbread men, which are also really yummy. Okay, so I have some rickrack here, this ginger colored, it's not really ginger, it's kind of rust color trim here. Trying to think of what else I might like to put on it, but here we are in the time factor. It is about 30 minutes in. I kind of wanted to do something with this cute little gingerbread dude, and I think, which one can I repeat? I know. I will, if I can find it. I just thought maybe he could peek out of a little corner tuck spot or something. I mean, I could put him there, but it's just so predictable. But I also get myself caught with overthinking things too. So let's see. So as not to overthink it, I do like this. I had a bulb pen here I thought about using, but don't see it. Got myself covered in stuff again. That always happens. I think I'll make a tag or two. Do I want that? Oh, I know. I would would be pretty. Put like a little corner piece here and then tuck a tag under it. That's an idea. I don't know if I'll sit and do that in front of you right now, because like I said, it's gotten a bit long. I'm just moving things around, hoping my little bulb pin that I pulled out will jump out at me, but it's not. Got some buttons. These are fun. Do I have any more buttons available? Let's see. Well, I think I might have. There's another button. And there's a holly. I like putting textural things on. I don't mind a few of the, I don't know, I do like the holly there. I'll save the little rust snowflake. Maybe with the buttons. Uh-oh, I have a needle with, oh there it is. I would hate to lose my needle. Let's put some stitches in the button and then I'll glue it down. I like this big brown button. I have wanted to go and stitch some of these on the sewing machine because I really love stitching my tags, but I've caused myself to just slow down on a lot of the details because I want to just do the videos and not get too mired in detail. And like I said, this journal will be for my own personal use, so at any point I can go back and stitch some tags just for the look, which is why I do it. I love seeing your journals with all the stitched tags, and some of you have beautiful machinery stitches. My machine's probably just not as capable. Now I don't know how I did that. I just got that. There we go. Do one more. I taught my son the other day. I don't know, sometimes, I guess because we have so many years in between our boys, the 15-year-old, I didn't really teach him as many things. And he had a Santa hat that he wanted to wear, but the seam was ripped. And I said, well, maybe you should hand stitch it up. He said, I don't know how to sew. And I thought, oh my goodness. I sat Evan down when he was, I don't know, 7 or 8. Taught him how to do simple stitches. And so as years go by, I keep realizing little things that I never really taught Ethan. But that's because Evan was with us for 8 years before Ethan came along. And when you have an only child, you can focus more on the things you want them to know and learn. Anyway, we had a little sewing lesson and he did quite well. He sewed the Santa hat. And now I don't have to worry that he doesn't know how to do a simple straight stitch. Oh boy. Maybe Mom doesn't know how to do a simple straight stitch. I'm not putting a knot at the end. I think that's why. So I pulled it too far. And I like for the thread to be actually in the buttonholes. So I'm going to hold that. Oh, don't come out. There we go. One more. And I'm sewing these. I'm not even exactly sure where I'm going to put them. So, for those of you who don't mind a long video, I decided to just forget about the time right now and craft this as if there is no time on it. So I have a couple of buttons, and I think I'll see what it looks like just to put some a little bit of, now I like to work in threes, so that's going to bother me if I don't do a third button. I've got to do a third button. So I did find a third button. It's quite tiny, but it serves a purpose and it won't make me annoyed that there's two. I've decided that my family knows I have a saying that says 3 is a pair, but that's probably a true design element of 3 being more of a pair, meaning a better fit than 2. What did I just, I thought I snipped 3 of these. Yes, I did. They're right there. So I'm going to stick these down, put my buttons on. 1, 2, 3. I don't know what all this rigmarole is. Let's move some of this. That goes in there. And 1. That's an old vintage button out of my mom's sewing can. I think this one is too. And this one will go here. I like that button touch. And I'm not really crazy about this gingerbread dude. He might not make the cut. What else might I have? Let's see. I love that image, but I'm saving it. I don't really want to use evergreen because it's sort of talking about treats. That's why I thought the candy cane would probably be the best fussy cut piece. But again, I'll get myself tangled in overthinking it. What else is in here? Well, I'm not sure I have the exact thing I have in mind. And I think it definitely needs to be somewhat of a treat. So, I'm trying to decide if I just leave it blank, what else I might have. Well, guys, I think this is going to be another one of those situations where I will embellish it, and I'll be coming back to do another video anyway, so maybe I will just think it out, put down whatever it is I think might work best there, and then I'll show you when I come back to do my next video. Oh my goodness, if you guys have hung in there with me all this time, I've been on here for 45 minutes. So I'm going to call it a night. I was just playing with this. It's kind of cute. And this could actually just clip on the side here, which I probably should get a better clip. This one might be a little too tiny, but for now, I think I'll leave it. I mean, it is a little envelope. It's kind of cute. I think it needs to stick down though, but I could put a little Velcro dot under there. So when I come back, I'll have something here to finish this off. Oops, I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac under these buttons because I think my art glitter glue is a little too thin. Not enough toothiness. to hold it on. So let's use this instead. Okay, and my music now was too low the whole time, but some people don't like that background noise. Let's flip it over and see if it does better. So I need a small paper clip, maybe an embellished one, to go here. And I think these 2 pages can be considered finished. Fini. So thank you guys for visiting with me. Maybe you were able to get some crafting done as well. I hope so. I might even find something fun to go there. Could be over embellishing by doing that. Anyway, I'm still putzing. I better go. Bye everybody. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, so this is what I decided. I went ahead and finished it, and I put this pretty trim. It was flowers, and I just cut it right down the middle so that it would look kind of like white icing, kind of scalloped white icing look. And then I just thought this sweet little heart, oh my poor nails, sorry, hate for you to have to see these wretched nails. Anyway, I put the glittery heart there, a little bit of doily, let me just add a little more glue, a little bit of doily there, and what else did I add while you were away? I added the same trim here and here, so that's all. That I just pop back on and show you that, and then the next time you join me we'll do a whole new set of pages. And then I've also I'm probably going to do some pockets of some sort, or find a way to clip on a tag or two. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.